Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this. Let me go ahead and turn off the starting soon. All right. Welcome everyone. I know this is a little early for some of you. I mean, back home it's currently like 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning. For me, it's about 9 a.m., which isn't bad, but today we're going to do some NPCs. Now, you'll see here that I have done some work. This is the NPC that I think this is the NPC that we actually built a while back. This is Common Man number 1. Yeah. I've also got a couple others, as you can see in the menu here. I've got a female base 1. I've got some women walking around. I also noticed that I named the men Common Man 1, and then the women I named Female Base 1. I'm not really sure why that is, because the men were actually named Male Base. So I think I just never changed Female Base over to Common Woman and Elite Woman. So I'm gonna have to change that at some point, because it's gonna get too confusing having base and common and yeah, all that stuff. So they need to be actually named together. So the bases are the blend files that I'm going to work off of to make the individuals, and then the common man and common woman are going to be the actual models in game. But anyways, that's completely besides the point. So here is Common Man number 1 on racetrack number 1, and racetrack number 1 is that green line going through the settlement. So I'm going to hit play and we're going to follow him for a little while so you can see sort of what he does. So I'm going to go ahead and click off of him, hit play, let this thing load up here. It's going to take a little while to load because this is the first instance of the day that I'm messing with this. And then we're gonna sort of follow him for a bit and see where he goes. Well, you saw where he goes, but we're gonna check his pathfinding. And make sure he's not running into stuff, running into other NPCs, because I got a few other NPCs going, walking around here. So here he goes. I have a walking animation on him. He's just kind of taking his time, not really in a rush, which is good. I don't really want him to be running around. Let me go ahead and change, there we go, to the actual shader. Okay, so not too bad. Almost ran into the corner of that building. That's okay. And he's a little off the side of the path, which is okay. And there's another one going the other way. Because I do also have this same racetrack, which is what I'm calling the loops that they walk, going the opposite direction, but a little bit more inside. You can see there's a commoner woman walking along. Also, if you're wondering why they're wearing boots instead of sandals, it is quite literally to save on computing. Ooh, just barely clipped the side of that building, and you two, okay, you don't hit each other. Good. Let's see how he turns here. The turns, I could make them a little bit faster for this guy, but I think it's all right. Nobody's really going to be wandering along and watching this guy. Though I'm sure some people might. Okay, yeah. Coming along. So far, so good. Not bad. We got a guard up there watching, by the way. His boar tusk helmet. Okay, he's off of the path right there, which is not ideal. I'd like them to stay on the path. I can do one of two things. I can either widen the path, which I really don't want to do because it's already pretty wide right there, or I can adjust his track. Ooh, he did hit the corner of that building right there. Okay. So that's one spot we need to fix. Okay, and he should walk straight off this way to the well here. Hello, Isa2 Spirit. We are just watching one of the NPCs to see if there's any issues with the racetrack that I've already programmed him to walk. So far so good. I would love to add in an animation where they like gets water and he's like carrying something, which I can do. I might add that to the list of stuff. I'd have to make a whole new NPC character, or at least copy the character and attach something to his arm, basically. So far so good. We just got the one spot where he hit the edge of the building. Okay. Now the commoner woman is actually walking the opposite path that he is, but slightly more to the inside. So they should, yeah, see, they just completely avoid each other. So that's good. That's good. And I think for each racetrack, I should have at least several people. Now I do have him walking off the path at this point. And I don't know if I should add that path there. I think in my original plans I did have that path there along this line. So just out of curiosity, yeah, I can do it. I can absolutely do it. So maybe we'll see. Oh, there's a couple more people passing each other over there. All right, so far so good. No impact there. Walking that green line. Okay, and we're right at about the starting point now. So that was a pretty good little racetrack. Pretty good racetrack so far. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit stop. We did have the one spot. See, that's where the starting point was. Now, we did have the one spot over here. right here at this corner. Basically where she's starting is about where we have an issue. So I think also, yeah, see this one right here. I think I need to bring this one in a little bit. Let's see where her path is. See her path. See, I can bring his in a little bit more. So I can bring this in just a little bit more, and I think we need to either move this track a little inwards, so take this one here and bring it in, or, well, we could do that because they won't hit. Or I could be really sneaky and just move this house back just a tiny bit, like boop, like that. How does that work? That's fine. Why don't I try that? Or actually, even better, let's put it back. Let's just move it this way a tiny bit. And then back just a tiny bit. There we go. So that, let's see if that moves the thing out of the way. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. He's going to miss that completely. So then we need to move whatever this point is. So let's go to racetrack 1. I don't know what object that is. So we're just going to, oh, that's waypoint 32, waypoint 30, 29. Okay, so 29, let's get right above it. We need to scooch this in about like that, so that way he stays on the path. Where's 28? 28 is fine, I think. So I think that's good. So that should keep him from bumping into that edge, and that was it. And then she avoids everything too because it's the same racetrack, just a little bit more to the inside. So let's go to whoever is on racetrack 2. So racetrack 2 NPCs. Here's racetrack 2. Hold on, let me get a better overhead view here so you can see racetrack 2. So this is racetrack 2. That's the paths that the NPCs walk, both going one way clockwise and counterclockwise. Really got to work. Yes, they are walking around now. There's not a lot, but there's a few. Move around houses standing. Yeah. Hmm. So let's watch, because this is how we're going to do this. We're going to just basically pick someone. Here we are. This guy here, with his two-part skirt. Like I said, I had a little bit of time and I started messing with some of these people. So let's go ahead and watch him walk his racetrack and see if we can see if he runs into things. Now, I did watch him yesterday when I programmed him in, and he ran into this corner of this house and just like got stuck. And supposedly you can add a little bit of AI to him to avoid objects and obstacles and other people, which I might do at some point, but I don't know. Unfortunately, he will be stuck walking off of the path for this little first section because this path is all kinds of messed up and I can't fix it. Same with here, though I might widen this path out a bit, so like I can probably bring this path a little bit more this way, but it's a tough call. He's going to basically just walk along this wall here on the inside. So we're just going to sort of walk with him. You can see someone else walking in the background there. And yeah, just going to watch him. Make sure he doesn't run into anything. Here's the other guy on the same racetrack, but the reverse. And that racetrack does cross this one a couple times, but they're far enough apart that I think they won't run into each other. Plus, they have what are called capsule colliders, so if I click on him, oh, not that, not the armature, himself. So you see his collider is actually this like pill-shaped thing. See, that guy, I need to bring him onto the path too. And so if they run into each other and they're not like directly face on with each other, they'll kind of like bump around each other because of that collider. I can also make that collider slightly bigger if I want, which will push him away from some objects. Like he's getting dangerously close to the wall. He might actually rub up against the wall, so that's not good. I might need to move him. Or move one of the waypoints. Oh, or maybe not. He's getting close. He's getting close, but he might not actually rub into it. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah. Just avoided it. That corner, I might need to change that just a tiny bit too. Maybe add a couple more waypoints to make that transition a little better. Though again, these are just sort of background guys. Nothing that's really too important. They're just for movement. They're just to give this place life. Same with the audio stuff. I'm going to be recording audio here real soon. So far, so good. He is not walking on actual paths that I put in here, which is fine. I can always add paths too. So far, so good. So we see if he runs. We're going to see if he runs into this guy because they're going to walk behind this house. Of course they're going to walk behind the house at the exact same time. I couldn't have timed that any freaking better. Okay, well, we might run into our first issue. Oh, or not. Oh, look at that. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. He does clip the side of that building a little bit, but I think that's okay. Is he going to clip the side of this building? Nope, he avoids it. Okay. Weird little zigzag here. I don't know why I put that in there, but okay, whatever. And now he's going to walk back, but you'll see it's like slightly off from the other one. They do cross at one point. And the other guy... yeah, see, the other guy so far away... They're not going to cross paths. Though they are, this and that guy are going to cross paths, but it's just going to be like the last time. See, someone else? A couple people talking over there too, yeah. Those are kids, actually. Well, not kids, but adolescents. Teenagers. I made them slightly shorter than everyone else. And this one's talking to her, and she's just kind of nodding and listening. There's even a sarcastic nod at some point, so this kid must be spouting something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, these two are going to run into each other. And what happens? Okay. Alright, well, that's fun. They kind of run into each other, they bump into each other, and then keep walking. Maybe they don't like each other. Maybe that's the deal. See, that's not so bad, though. That you would have to be in a very specific spot looking exactly at them to see that happen. Alright, how we doing? How we doing? We're still doing good. So, I don't understand. He was on the same path that guy was. So that guy's going reverse. Well, that's fine. I think it's fine. How about the wall here? Will you hit the wall? No, you won't clip the wall. Okay, good, good, good. Good, good, good. How many NPCs can the simulation handle? No idea. We're going to find out. Because I want to actually populate this place with a lot. These guys I got to replace because they're the old models. Okay, are you two going to run into each other? I mean, if you guys are going to run into each other, that means this dude's just, like, not liked at all. Okay, nope, you're going to avoid each other. And you're off the path, which is, I guess, okay. Oh, wow. You got really close to that house. Really close to that corner. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. How about this corner? You going to clip this one? Yeah, you did. You did run into that. But that's okay. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't very noticeable. Okay. These paths over here get really funky, and there's no real way to fix them. I have no real way to fix them. The way I did them. The way I did them was very sort of cheap and easy. Basically, this is an underlayer, and I just took the island and I dropped down different sort of vertices and stuff, and so that this is actually an underlayer clipping up through the bottom. Okay, so there we go. So that racetrack wasn't too bad. He clipped the side of a building a couple times, but it wasn't really noticeable, and he did clip another NPC. Like they ran into each other, so that's not too bad. Okay, so racetrack 2, that should be fine. Let's go to racetrack 3. Racetrack 3 is this one. It's a pretty big one. And I would show you this one, but I checked and fixed this one last night. So I've got this lady walking it right now. Like I said, you can see I've been busy on some of the character stuff with her ponytail. Anyway, she walks it one way, and I don't know if I have... Do I have anyone else? No, I just have just her. So I need to add more people to this racetrack. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add some more people to racetrack 3. So again, racetrack 3 is this. It's a pretty big racetrack. Probably one of the bigger ones. So I think what I want to do, since I start her off here, I want to start someone else off opposite, but I don't want to start that person off exactly opposite because I don't want them to run into each other here. So maybe start them off over here. Like right here in front of this house. So let's go ahead and grab... let's grab some people here. Let's grab a young guy. So, common man number 4. Common man number 4. You are going to be barefoot, my dude. Right? You have feet? Okay, good. So, boots. We are getting rid of boots. Common man number 4 does not have a beard. This is going to be a young kid. So, young kid needs to be 0.92. Whoops. Those need to be linked. So, 0.92 should put you about like 5'5", 5'4" ish. Whereas some of the other guys are like 5'7", 5'8", which is about right. So let's go ahead and get, I also added different shades of skin. So the darker one are going to be, oh yeah, I forgot. Spare. The spare mesh I don't need because we're good. Okay. So the males are going to have darker skin tone and the women are going to have lighter skin tone. The reason for that is because if you look at any of the frescoes from the Bronze Age, the men are always painted darker, and the women are painted white. And we think it's probably that way because men were working outside a lot and women were inside. Because that's just how the world works back then. So that's what we think. That's what we think's going on. So I'm just gonna do that. So this all the men have these slightly darker tones. I'll show you what the women's skin tone. That's a women's skin tone. I even have a slightly lighter and a very slightly darker woman's skin tone. But anyways, this is the men's skin tone. Let me go ahead and go to. I also grabbed. Where's textures? There's textures. Hair. Well, I didn't grab hair. I had ChatGPT give me hair, which, let me tell you, using AI for this, for some of the stuff that I can't find or I can't do, like programming, is kind of a pain in the ass. AI is like a genie. You gotta ask for something very, very specific, otherwise it's gonna fuck it all up. So let's see how this lays on the head. I'm not liking it, so let's just go with the non-textured. There we go. So there we are. So, kind of a kid with, yeah, no beard or anything. Okay, so for his skirt, okay, so we got fabric. Let's see. What do I have in the way of rough linen? I have this sort of light blue color. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And then let's go ahead and give him a brown leather belt. My belt, for some reason... Hold on. Is that texturing right? That's not texturing right. Is that? Maybe it is. My belt, for some reason, decided to texture inside out, and I don't know why. So we just do that, and I texture both sides. I will fix that at some point. So there we go. So this kid is done. We are going to rotate him this way. All right, so armature. I need to add an animator. We need to go back to people. So let's turn off textures. Let's go back to people. Flesh mannequins. We want animations, controllers. And we're just going to do the male walking. They all have the male walking controller. That's it. I have a couple different walks that I might sort of mess around with, but for now, they're all going to have the same walk. Now, in order to get this person to also walk where I tell them, what we need to do is we need to go with, what is it here? C scripts, NPC track. So NPC track is what it's called. So let's add component, NPC track. I don't know why there's a space in NPC track there when there's not one here. Not really sure why it did that. Okay, so when I do this, what it does is it adds the rigid body and the capsule collider. So the capsule collider is exactly what I showed you guys earlier. So in order to make, you can see the capsule right here. It's just a sphere and it's at his feet. In order to make it the right size, we're going to do 0.2, which is about the width of the shoulders here. This person is like 5.5, 5.4-ish. So the height needs to be like 1.65, I think, is pretty close, which puts the center at 0.825. That's, you know what, that's close enough. That's close enough. Also, we need to, on rigid body, we need to use gravity, but we also need is kinematic. I don't know what kinematic means, but it means that, but for me, what it means is this guy's not going to fall over when I hit play. So capsule collider is done. So we've got the right height and width. Rigid body is done. They have gravity. They are kinematic. Oh, collision detection needs to be continuous. So as this person walks, it will continuously detect things to make sure that, you know, what this means is that as this person walks, they're not going to start hovering off the ground because the ground drops below their feet. So there we go. Okay, so now for the NPC path follower physics, since we are putting this person on racetrack 3, racetrack 3 is 60? Yeah, 60 waypoints. So for waypoints here, we type in 60, which is going to give us all of these. So I have to assign all the waypoints. But first, I need to figure out what waypoint this is. So racetrack 3. Oh, and I have him going in the same direction. I don't want this person going reverse. So same direction as the other person. We'll do a couple of reverse ones here in a bit. So racetrack 3, let's find out what, let's see, is it 34? Where's 34? Ooh, close. 32? Close. 31? 31. 31 it is. Okay. So 31 is that waypoint, so we need to turn this guy around. Okay, so that means for element 0, we need to put racetrack 3, waypoint 31, and then just go in order. Just like this, which is super boring. I could also do a copy from the other person and just, you know, move them slightly off a little bit, which I will probably end up doing as I populate this this place a little bit more. I might also do some culling of animations so that the animation is, well, not the animation, but the person is still walking to the different waypoints, but if you're not looking at them or in their direction, they don't render, which would also save a lot on computing, on processing. So yeah, we might just do that. We'll see. There we are. We just do this for 60 of them. And each one of the racetracks is right around 60 waypoints, so we do this every time. Unless I'm just copying a racetrack, in which case a lot of times what I'll do is I will just, like for some of these guys, I just copied all of the waypoints over from the initial racetrack and just adjusted them so that they were off just a little bit. But when it's someone like this who's almost exactly opposite from the other one, it doesn't make much sense to do that. It you just do this. That's all. Yeah, so here we are. Oh man, I hate it when I do that. I also need to get a guide in here with a little bit of a script, and I also need to put in some more invisible walls. So some of the walls on the roads you can actually clip through and actually walk through them, which I'm not happy about. And I've tried a bunch of different things to keep that from happening, but it doesn't seem to have fixed it. So I think at some point we're gonna have to start making invisible walls. Okay. Now that we have that person done, let's go ahead and see what we're looking for. We are looking for any kind of weird jumping around. Nope. Looks like the racetrack is good. No jumping around. So what I mean by jumping around is like if any of the waypoints are out of order, like let's say this one and this one were out of order, this waypoint would go here, and then you'd see it backtrack, and then it'd go up here or whatever. Same with like here. Like if these were all out of order, this would go from like this line would go here, and then here, then here, then here, then here. This is all in sequence. So we're good. And since we've already checked the racetrack since I've already checked the racetrack with her, we know that he's going to be able to walk this no problem. So there we go. Easy peasy. I think, so if we look at each racetrack, right? So this is the racetracks on this side of the island. I still need to add a second one, which is the opposite one for this one, racetrack 3. I think I should have people walking these things at irregular intervals. And so I think that's definitely something that I want to do. But I don't want to do that now. So right now, I have 2 NPCs walking racetrack 1, 1 NPC walking racetrack 1 in reverse. 2 NPCs walking racetrack 2, 1 is walking one way, 1 is walking the reverse. And I have 2 NPCs walking racetrack 3. So that's good for this side of the island. I want to keep it minimal for now, and then I want to start on this side of the island. So let me get my sheet. I have a sheet of paper here with the racetracks. So I need racetrack 4, 5, and 6. 4 is a short racetrack, actually. Or is it? I should have done these in different colors. I'm looking at 4. So 4 runs. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up. So racetrack 4, which is this one here. Racetrack 4 is going to run along this house here and along this trail before cutting across here, then cutting through here, and then what looks like it comes around, down, and down to this, and then back. So it's just this sort of big loop. So, let's create empty child. Okay, so we're going to call that R4. Oops, R4, not R34. We're not doing anything with the AC. So R4 waypoint 0. Where do I want to put this map here? Okay, I'm going to stick it underneath the microphone. You might hear a weird sound. There we go. Okay. All right, so racetrack 4, let's give racetrack 4 60 waypoints, just like the rest. But we're probably not going to use all 60. There we go, 60. So waypoint 0 is obviously a waypoint. So 59 past waypoint 0. Okay. So racetrack 4, we're going to start... let's look at where our other NPCs are at. So we got one NPC... Hold on. Let's do this. This actually is better. So racetrack 1... Whoops. Racetrack 1 NPCs, I've got... Starting right there. Okay, so I don't want to put a guy here because they're just going to walk in parallel with each other. Racetrack 2 is up there, so that's... Racetrack 1, man 2 is up there. Not a big deal. And the lady's off that way, so we're good. We're good on that. So I don't want to put my guy here. Racetrack 2... I've got him starting here. So he walks down this way and comes this way. So I might be able to get away with putting someone right here. Maybe? I don't know. I don't want to put him too far this way because then he's going to be walking parallel with this guy too. And I don't want him to be walking parallel with each other. Racetrack 3 is up here. Okay. Or Racetrack 2, man 2 is up here. And then Racetrack 3 doesn't even come along this way. So let's go ahead and move well, first off, let's move Racetrack 3 Woman 1 into Racetrack 3 NPC. Common Man 1, we're gonna Common Man 4, I should say, we're gonna rename him to R3 Man 1 and put him up into Racetrack 3. Okay. All right, so yeah, see, they don't even come anywhere near. So basically, Racetrack 2 has this guy and that guy, and they cross right around like here. But it takes them a while to get there. So I don't want to start this NPC for Racetrack 4 down here. I want to start him... Maybe here? Yeah, maybe here. Because then by the time he gets there, this person will be here. So then he'll be here, that person will be there, and this guy will be like... where's that person? That guy won't even be up against. So yeah, maybe I start him here. So let's go ahead and move Racetrack 4. We're going to start here. I think that's good. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. All right. So let me show you how I do this. So basically, first off, this is too low because this is underneath the ground. We want that one up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, I wasn't even paying attention to where it was. So here we go. We want it right here. Yeah, because this person takes a little while to walk this way. And by the time they get around here, this person's already going to be like up here. I think that's fine. Okay. So Racetrack 4, see, look how low they are. Where are their... Oh, well, that's why. Okay. Racetrack 4, are you above ground now? You are above ground. Perfect. Okay. So we need to put Racetrack 4 starting point here. So this is going to be where this is going to be the start. So what I do is R4, so waypoint 0 is this one. So then I take 1 through 60 and I move them. So we want, let me look at my map here. Okay. So from here, oh my God, I hate the fact that this thing does that when you zoom in. So I basically want to take this person and move them here. And then we come up, we grab Racetrack 4, waypoint 2 through 59, and we scooch them this way. So like that. 3 through 59. Like that. 4 through 59. Like that. And we just keep doing this. And we're going to put this about like here. And then up here. And the more waypoints you have in a turn, the nicer the actual turn animation looks. Because you're just kind of bumping them along. Okay, from here, where are we going? All right, we're coming up here. Okay. So this one we're going to do a bunch of little turns. So right here. And then we'll also look at it once it's assigned and see how bad it looks. And we'll make adjustments from that point on. Okay, so we're going to come this... Hold on, which way are we going? We're going to come down by this house. Like this. And then they're going to come up here. Where are we going? Okay, I see where we're going. Not like that. I wish there was a way that when I highlight all these, I can see all of them rather than, you know, them all being invisible. But it is what it is. So then this person comes up this way. And if you're thinking like, where are they going? They're just walking around. That's all this is. This is just to add liveliness to this place. Okay, I'm checking my okay. That way. Okay, yeah. So then we go here. Then we go here. Then we go here. Have I been to the site IRL? Yes, I have, actually. Unfortunately, it is not something that I can do mixed reality for, which is actually what I was wanting to do originally. But yes, I have been to the site IRL, and it's much bigger than you would think. Judging by, you know, like pictures and stuff, much bigger. And it was pretty cool. There was a lot of really cool stuff going on there. I was a little disappointed in the amount of looting that had taken place, especially looting that was still going on. So, you know, that was kind of sad. So that there. Okay, so now I just got to follow this path basically back up. So, oop, shit. There we go. 45 through 59. Okay. So here. 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 Like that. I mean, even the site that I worked at for the summer had been looted by people in the town that we were staying at. Like, like it's crazy. Oh, we might actually use up all of the waypoints. Yeah, about like that. About like that. So how many more do we need? Oh, just like 2 more. So like that. And like that. Oh. Maybe not that one. Okay. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and put someone here. So we need a person. Let's go to our flesh mannequins. Shouldn't the sites have guards then? No. Well, one, because the guards can't be there the entire time, and that would just bring attention to it, and then more people would loot them. And 2, pretty much the entirety of Greece is an archaeological site. So no, you would have people there, you would have guards there nonstop. Okay, let's put a woman here. On top of that, who's to say that the guards themselves wouldn't also steal? Okay, so we have our female base. Let's get rid of the spare mesh. I don't need that. Let's get rid of her shoes. Let's go ahead and give her the skin tone. Okay. Now let's see here. Let's give her... We need to give her some clothes. Oh, well, first let's give her some hair. These models, for some reason, take the hair texture really well. I don't know why, but they do. Yep, everything's good on that. And then this. There we go. Okay. All right, sister. What do we need for you? We need fabric. Let's go with something nice-ish. Hello? What colors do we have? Why are we... blue? How does blue look? No. That, you know what? That does not look good. I mean, it looks good. It looks good, but it looks fake. Do we have another blue? No, we don't. So let's make one. So we're going to copy this and paste it because that's the standard color. We're going to go in here and we're going to go to blue. We're going to just sort of give it about like, hold on. No. About like that. There we go. Sort of a light blue, almost a sky blue. And let's assign that. That looks pretty good. I think we can go a little lighter though. A little less saturation. There we go. That's much better. By giving huge punishments for looting, man, first off, you're preaching to the choir. Secondly, you know, it's easy to say stuff like that, but the reality is it doesn't work like that. There are punishments for looting. I mean, plain and simple. That's how it goes. But you have to have judges that'll actually like uphold that. That was the biggest problem when I worked in the Caribbean. Judges weren't interested in slapping people with fines for like parking tickets and stealing artifacts and destroying cultural heritage. They wanted to go after drug runners and human traffickers, which they also didn't do, but that's besides the point. Which is crazy because the DEA knew all about all the drug runners and human traffickers there, but they didn't have enough good evidence to go after them, and so they were just building cases and like shit never happens. Okay, add component, NPC track, there we go. Capsule collider, we need to put that again. Let's do oh, I need to adjust her height. So 1.65, 0.2, and then height is 0.85. We'll go with 0.85. It's not politics. It's just things that I saw while I worked in the Caribbean. I mean, like the Caribbean is pretty rough for stuff like that. You got to be careful. It's just sort of the way of the world. Okay, movement speed 1, otherwise she's just gonna like run around. Rotation speed 3, which is pretty decent. Waypoints. How many waypoints we got? 61 waypoints. Oof. 61 waypoints. The upside to this is that they all match the numbers. So this goes by pretty quick. Well, we also need to give her a animator. Actually, I'll show you what it looks like when I don't give them an animator. It's pretty funny, and you can kind of see like how this whole thing works. Because the animator is the walking animation, and I have female walk, because yes, they do walk different. And so I have female walk and male walk, and I might do different versions of those walks. Like I said before, like I've got a couple different versions of walks. Also, I have animations for like holding things, and so I might do that at some point. Like I've got an animation for like holding a basket. I just need to make the basket. Or holding like it says box, but I mean I could have it as like a I don't know, something like a package, or like a Pythos or something. And so yeah, so I've got a few different animations I can do, but for now it's just going to be just walking, because we're looking to populate this place first. That's our number one goal here, is to populate this place, make it feel alive. And then from there, we just we can then adjust things. We can make the walking animations different once everything is set. I can maybe have like little kids running around or something like that. I do have running animations somewhere. I need to make sure that those are going to work. And then when I get the running animations, I'll need to mold some kids, sculpt some kids in Blender. There we go. Because I can't use the adults. Because if I just shrink down the adults, it doesn't work as well. Because as you can see, she's got curves. And it would just be weird to shrink her down half size and call it a kid. Okay, so if you want to see what this looks like without the animation, it's pretty funny. Here, we're going to let it load right now. Let it load and you'll see it's kind of funny. Come on. Oh, actually, I don't think I turned kinematics on. She might just fall over. Oh, there we go. Yep. Just kind of like scooching along. So that's what it looks like without the animation. So we got to add animations. Okay, so let's add the animation. And the animation needs to be added to the armature. Armature animation. I'm sorry, animator. Because we need to use the animator controller under people. Where is people? Okay, so animations, controllers, female walking. There we go, female walking. So that should have added that animator. Now, to make sure she doesn't fall over when she runs into something, I need kinematic on. I could also put the center of gravity basically at her feet so that she's like one of those inflatable punching clowns or whatever, and so you you hit them and they almost fall over, but then they don't. Okay, so let's look at the track here. So this one, which I think is the last one, yep, that's the last one, needs to be scooched in a bit. So let's look at her. See, that's a much better curve. So let's go ahead and look at the rest of them. That should be fine. These all look fine. Okay, it goes beneath the ground at that point because the ground rises, but you can faintly see it there. That should be okay. Actually, I think I want to bring that one in. Which one is that one? Oh. 14. Let's bring that in just a tiny bit. Okay, now let's look at it. It's a much better curve. Much better curve. Okay, so that curve's not too bad. Actually, you know what? Let's just lift racetrack up so that we can see it in the glorious green all the way through. Okay. So that curve's not too bad. This curve is all kinds of weird. What is going on here? Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. So this needs to be out just a bit. Better, but not perfect. This one needs to be brought in a bit. Better. Also, I just noticed this one. This might be a problem. So let's see if we can't bring this out just a tiny bit so that she can avoid this corner. Okay, good. And we're going to bring this back a tiny bit too. So like that. Yeah, that's better. A little, she's going to look a little funky walking right there, but that's okay. That is okay, I guess. That's not too bad. This one's really weird. I wish I could just click on this path and it would give me like the one I'm looking for. There we go. 38 needs to be like that. Better. 37. Nope. 36 needs to be like that. Oh, look at that. That's a much better curve. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's a little tight, but that's okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not great. What is that one? Yeah, 57. Let's move you in just a tiny bit. Ah, there we go. Much better. And then the ones at the end really suck. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Most people are going to be at this. This is the starting point right here. Most people are going to leave the starting point and not ever really come back. And when you do reset the view, it resets all of the animations. So she'll start back here. So let's go ahead, and she needs to start here. So she's walking straight to 1. And that's it. That's how we animate an NPC on what I'm calling a racetrack. So let's watch her walk the racetrack. Just like we did at the very beginning. And we're going to look at her feet too to make sure that they're it looks like she's actually walking. And this is also when I find out if I forgot to do something or set something up correctly. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, does it look like she's walking on the ground? It sure does. A little jittery, but that's okay. All right, first test. It's right here. Is she going to hit the corner of that roof? Nope. Looks like she avoided it, or at least if she didn't avoid it, it wasn't too noticeable. Okay. Good, good, good. Where's the other guy? The other guy's, yeah, way down there. Okay, so we're good. We're perfect. Oh, look at this. These two are going to pass each other on the other side of the road. That's good. Look at that. Look at how many people there are. It's already looking like it's populated. Okay, now let's see how this ends up. Could be better, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it. That wasn't too bad. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. I don't know why she's like so jittery and why like her feet keep going in weird angles, but that's fine. Okay. How we doing over here? Good, 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 good. Okay. All right. Okay, not bad. I could fix that curve a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, okay, not bad, not bad. You gonna avoid this corner? Of course. And nice. Nice. Okay, gonna pause it here. Where is everyone else? Okay, so we got someone over there. We got someone right there. We got 2 people over there. 1 person there, 1 person there. Okay, so I could put another person basically right here, which is almost completely opposite of where she's at, and it would probably work out all right. Okay. All right. Unpause, please. Thank you. So far, so good. Looking good, looking good. It's so interesting to me that these the base models are all the same model, which is the flesh mannequin, and I've adjusted them so that they don't look the same. So like this, her body is the exact same, is from the same base that the male bodies come from. I just used obviously the inflate tool for specific parts to make her look feminine, which is great. I think that you would never know. You would never know unless I just told you. So looks good, looks good. And of course, because I decimated their models, we get weird things like that weird shape right there that you see on the top thigh. I'm not really sure what that's all about. I can get that figured out though. I'm not too worried about it right now because nobody's going to be looking at them very closely. Again, this is just all sort of background stuff. All right, we're coming up to the weird turn here. How does this look? Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so there we go. So that is racetrack 4 for her. Now, let's go ahead and put another person. If there's 61, where is 30? 30 is right there. So pretty much almost exactly opposite of where she's at. I want to put another person on the same racetrack. And if they're going at the same speed, we shouldn't need to worry too much about them running into each other. So let's go to the flesh mannequins. Let's go with common man number 1. We're going to change his height to 0.95, which I believe is 5'7". Okay. Let's give him the usual stuff. So we're going to go with human skin. Oh, I forgot. I always forget. I have this spare mesh turned on. There we go. Okay. Human skin. All right. Going to go to textures. Where's textures? There's textures. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? I have to open the hair. There we go. We're going to give him the non-textured hair. We are going to give him... where's fabric? Fabric. Okay. We need to give him his... Actually, let's delete his belt. No belt for you, my friend. Let's give him... I don't like that. How about this one? I don't like that one either. How about we give him a really rough one? Yeah, like... I don't like that one. How about that one? That one's too close to his skin color. Ugh. There we go. How about like that? That looks good. Can I get rid of your boots? Or did I not do feet? No, I didn't do feet on this guy. Great. So I'm stuck with his... I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I would have kept their feet in there so I could take the boots on and off as needed. So that's, you know, something I need to write that down because... Well, I mean, I know it now, but yeah. Okay. So there we go. Dude, you know what? You're... yeah, that's too... That's too bright. Let's adjust it. It's kind of a yellow. Oops. Yellow. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Also, the belt needed to come back. Hold on. Let me get the belt back. There we go. Okay, so the belt needs to come back. How about the rough linen? What do we have in the way of rough linen? Okay. Oh, let's add. That's full on red. What is that? That's like a weird orangish color. No. How about green? Can we go green, just like darker green? Why is this like... Why is there no... Oh, because the pattern's really tiny. Oh, because I have a tiling at 10? What the hell was I thinking? 5 isn't any better. How about 2? Does 2 look good? 2 looks good. Okay. Can we, like... yeah, like that? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Okay, belt. Belt, belt, belt. Oh, I need to fix this belt texture. Okay. And boots. Same thing. Okay, there we go. Okay. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So armature, we're going to add an animator. We're going to go into people. Go to controllers. We're going to grab the male walking... hold on. There we go. Male walking 1. Put that in the animator. Good to go. Okay. Then, for him himself, we're going to add the NPC track with its space in the title. I don't know why. Whoops. No. Is kinematic. So rigid body is done. Capsule collider. 0.2. Height 1.7. Y 0.85. Done. Easy peasy. Now for this one. Okay. I think since it's the same direction but in opposite numbers, I think we're just going to have to do it manually, which sucks. So we're starting at 30, right? Nope, we're not starting at 30. 29? 28? 27? Sure, we'll start at 27. You're gonna turn and face 27, please. Okay. So we're gonna start you off at 27. Or 26? 26. We're gonna start you off at 26. Oh my God. Will you just? Thank you. 26. And we're just going to do this. And you can see the path starting to take... Here, let me zoom out so we can actually start to see the path take shape. 33, 34, 35. Here, let me show you what it looks like when I do one way out of whack. Or if I do something like 26, it does this weird like double back on itself. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for weird things like that as we go. $40, $41, $42. And we just keep doing this. I also need to... oh, dang it. I hate it when I do that. Okay, 50. Okay, 51. I also need to start making some more people and doing different colors for their garb so that, everyone looks a little different. Though I can have the same character model on the opposite side of the island and no one would ever know because you're not going to see them at the same time. And it might also hint that they have crossed the road at some point that they're not allowed on by like going all the way around, because at that point you will have also gone all the way around if you are a commoner. This is quite monotonous. I wish there was a way to just slap these in here, like not doing this manually. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the racetrack. And let's let them, and by them I mean both of them, walk it and see what it looks like. I'm gonna mute the microphone here real quick, because I'm gonna grab some water and stuff like that. So we're just gonna let this run and see how it looks. So you got the person over here, which the compression on YouTube might not be all that great. And actually, let me see if we can get just a better angle on this. Let me first off, let me do this. Oh, hold on, he's taking off for the races. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing? I did not program you correctly. I did not set up your speed correctly. See? They're super fast. 3. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's see if I can get a better view of this. Oh, maybe like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and set this to run. Again, make sure that the animation speed is correct. So he's right over here. I'm going to click on the skybox so that you don't see him all highlighted. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, so he's off to the races. Just not as fast as before. She's going to be coming around this corner here. This guy's walking along this way. We're also going to see another person come walking up this way. So there we go. So I'm gonna mute the microphone while I go grab some water and take care of a few things and let this run for a little bit and see if we see any problems. Oh, it helps if I turn the microphone back on when I come back, doesn't it? All right, so there you go. We got some people walking there. Some people walking there. Look at that. Look at that. It's starting to look a little alive. All right. More people walking around there. Yeah, there we go. And then we got these kids over here talking. Pointing about something. Yeah, she's like, okay, yeah, all right. Got the goats. So far, so good. So far, so good. Now, I do also want to animate and assign people who are sort of static. So, like, one of the things I want to do is I want to have people like somebody like tending the garden or something right there, or one of the gardens, or somebody like, I don't know, in here like throwing stuff down on the ground for the pigs to eat. Little things like that. Okay, so there we go. So there's racetrack 4. Let's go ahead and stop. So racetrack 4 NPCs. We want to add 4 NPCs. What? Why did you... No. Why did you add it under... Okay, there we go. So female base 2, which is in the racetrack, we're going to go there. Common man 1, we're going to go there. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So, I mean, this is similar to a video game, but the big thing is that, I mean, it's just a simulation. So I'm not too worried about like destinations and stuff like that. But I mean, I could do that. This is just to sort of give you, well, just to give you an idea of what it felt like. Also, it's just me, so I'm not going to sit here and try to program a whole bunch of NPCs. Also, this is just to get this ready for the conference that's coming up, because I want to make sure that this is looking good for that conference. Okay, so racetrack 5 is gonna be a little different. Racetrack 5 Racetrack 5 takes up some of the same space as Racetrack 4. So I think I want to change that. I don't want to... So Racetrack 5 was going to go basically around this building here, come down this way, stay to this side of Racetrack 4, come around here, go around this house, and then up basically the same path Racetrack 4 has, and then around this way, just like 4. But I don't like that. I don't want them to run into each other. So I'm going to change Racetrack 5. I want it to avoid this altogether. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have... Also, Racetrack 5 runs into Racetrack 6, which goes around this area here. So I think what I'm going to do is... Let's look at this a little bit better. Let's do Racetrack 6 first. I know that sounds weird. Let's go ahead and add, create empty child. We're going to do R6. And same thing. We're going to give it about 60 waypoints. Sure, 65. Okay. Racetrack 6. Needs to start somewhere over here. Okay. Racetrack 6 goes around this building. So it goes along this trail here. It comes through this meeting area here, which I'm going to put a bunch of NPCs standing around chatting. It comes through here, comes along here, goes around the back side of this building, goes through these two, goes around this pen between these buildings, up this way, and it was supposed to come along here, but that also runs into racetrack 4. Hold on, where's racetrack 4? So if it comes up through here and goes through these two buildings, it runs the risk of running into racetrack 4. So what I want it to do is I want it to come up through these buildings and hug the front of these two buildings here. So it comes this way, and then up around here, around the back of this building, and like this. So I think what I'll do is I think I'll set racetrack 6 to start here. Like that. Okay, so racetrack 6 is going to... Actually, I want it to start here. So let's grab all of these, and we're going to start it off and get it to about there. And we're going to do like what we did last time. And then this will probably be the last racetrack I do for the live stream. I'm going to be probably working on this a good chunk of today. But I don't want this live stream to get to be like absurdly long. Let's cut it real close to that corner. Put it like this so I can actually do a reverse racetrack as well and go the other way. What I would really like to do is use sort of the same logic that like Rockstar uses with some of their NPCs, but like the NPCs from like Grand Theft Auto 3, you know, where they just generate randomly and they walk random paths and avoid each other, or, you know, will talk with each other or something like that. And then when you get out of range, they disappear. That's what I would really like to do, something like that. I'm not a game dev though, so, you know, I'm doing sort of the easy route here. It would be wonderful if I could get a game developer to do historical video games. That would be wonderful. In fact, if any game developers want to hire me on as like someone in charge of a team to do that, you know, I don't mind that idea. Get an archaeologist in charge of game development. It's a pretty bold move. Pretty bold move, but I think it'd be a good one if you want it to be historical. I mean, I'm already working with a guy at the university. He's on my panel, and we are. I'm one of an international team that's kind of working with a guy, with a CEO of a game company in Japan, who wants to integrate more historically accurate stuff into video games, which, you know, I'm all for. Whoop. So that was a cool cool meeting that I had with him. We talked about a lot of really neat things. I showed him this too. This simulation, and he was maybe impressed. I don't know. It was hard to tell. I have been brainstorming on a historical game, though. One that takes heavy inspiration from Endless Sky, which is one of my most favorite video games out there, but it's a sci-fi game. I love Endless Sky. And they're gonna skirt right through the middle of these two houses, which is also pretty bold because that is a choke point. And I don't know if I put someone on this same. Why don't I just have them go around? Rather than right through the middle. Maybe I have the reverse go through the middle. Then I want them to come up this way. And then they're going to come up I just have them follow that trail. We're gonna definitely have to fix this this path. Am I actually gonna use all of these? Hold on. Am I way off? No, I'm right. Okay. Then this. Aha, yeah, okay. And then I want to take this and go here, then here, then here. Oh my god, I'm going to use up all of the waypoints. I might even have to add some waypoints. Oh my god. Oh, maybe not. Where's the first one? Oh, I actually can delete that last one. All right. Okay. So who do we want to walk this one? Let's get another woman in here. What do we want? We want common. See, I need to rename this. Okay, so common woman 1, aka female base 1. Okay, She can go like here. We're going to turn her this way. There we go. Okay. And as usual, let's go ahead and give her spare mesh out of there. Let's give her skin. Okay. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Hello, lady. Okay. Now let's go to textures. What color should we give her clothes? Hair. Do the hair. Looking good. Let's go into fabric. Because I already got red and I got sort of off-white and I think like a greenish blue. So maybe we do something like a brown. Give her shoes that. Give the belt. Oh, she's not wearing a leather. No. The belt. Thank you. Okay. Fashion of the time, we don't really know. That's the long and short of it. I think I already did a... Hold on. Let's, what is female base 1 wearing? See, we don't want to do that color because that's what she's wearing. Of course, this is on the other side. So I guess we could do that same color. Like that. That looks pretty nice. What are the other women wearing? That's an off-white. That's a reddish brown. That's a light blue. Okay. So that's like a darker green. Okay, what other colors we got? What do we have in the really smooth? So we've got this blue and we got this sort of off-white that's almost like a skin color. We don't want that. How about with the rough? What do we have in the rough? All these. We can give her a gray. Really rough sort of gray color. The classical era Greeks likely didn't have sleeves like our own. I mean, T-tunics were a thing. So they did have sleeves. And this is Bronze Age, not classical. You're talking about like 800 years difference. There's also this bright red, but I really want to save some of the brighter colors for the more elite people. Go yellow. Oh god, the yellow's gross. Why don't we just do blue is not expensive. Let's do, what did I have earlier? That wasn't too bad. It was the... Oh no, I went back too far. Book pattern. This color. That's what I had. Okay. And the fabric looks pretty good. It's sort of a rougher weave. That looks not too bad. Okay. We want to give them the NPC track. Okay, rigid body. We want continuous detection of collision. We want 0.2. The height is going to be 1.6, I guess. And 0.8. Is kinematic. Forgot about that. Okay. I also want her to be 0.92, I think. I think that's correct. That puts you at about... I think that puts you at about 5.4, I want to say. Speed of 1, rotation speed of 3. We have 64 waypoints. Oh boy. Also, we want to add the animated or animator track or animator controller. And for that, we want to go up controllers. Female walking. Where does the blue dye come from? No idea. I think the expensive dye you're thinking of is purple. There were some fake purples made mixing red and blue dye. I'm sure blue was easily obtained from organics. If I had to guess, I don't know. I don't know where all of the dyes come from. All right, so here we go. Racetrack 6. We start this long process. Is there any... Can I just do this? No. That didn't do anything. Oh. No. Hold on. Can I just go racetrack 6? Does that work? Please tell me that works. Please tell me that works. I don't see it. I don't think it does work. No freak. Oh, okay. I thought for a second that was gonna work. Of course not. Of course not. Oh no. Why did it do that? Okay. Let's start back over. Yeah, so the blue dye, you might be thinking of lapis lazuli, which was a paint pigment that they used, which you got from Egypt, which might be what you're thinking of, maybe not. But that's not, they wouldn't, I don't think they would have used that as a dye. We do have pictures of pillars that are painted blue, that are like blue, like full-on blue. And so we know, I mean, if you're painting pillars blue, I mean, it can't be all that expensive to get in touch with that. Plus, organic dyes, especially if it's coming from like a plant or something like that, easy enough. Easy enough. Two, 3, 4. There we go. Whoa, where's the start sign? That's actually back where your player starts. It's a menu that's supposed to pop up in front of your face, but because I don't have the headset on there, since I'm not wearing the headset when I hit play, it just defaults to ground level. So there's a start. So the menu is basically buried in the ground. But when you have the headset on and you go into the simulation, there is a menu that pops up in front of your face. And there are 3 options right now. There's going to be more. But the 3 options are start, exit, and reset. And start just gets rid of the menu and starts all the animations going. Reset will reset the entire scene. So you end up going back to that start point. And all of the animations get reset. And then exit is exactly what it sounds like. You exit the simulation. In the future, you're actually going to have multiple choices. Start as commoner, start as elite. Okay, so let's grab racetrack and bring it 3.5. That way we can see the whole thing. Okay, whatever, close enough. Okay, so it looks like that turn is a little rough, which I think is what, the last one? Yeah. So let's scooch that a little that way. Not all that great, but better. This one needs to be changed. So what is that one? Oh, I picked it right on the first try. Dang, that never happens. Oh, see, that's better. The one before it also needs to be changed, which I think is that one. So like that. So how's that look? Oh, much better of a curve. That one's a little rough, but should be okay. This one, what is that one? Maybe scooch it out like that. Better. That, oof. I think maybe if we fix those. 49 and 50, yeah. Let's scooch 50 in. Let's scooch 49 in. How's that look? Worse, okay. 50, let's scooch like that. Okay. Okay. 49, if 49 were like here, I think it'd be all right. So let's try, let's scooch 49 in just a bit. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's scooch this one like over here. I think that's what, 47? Yeah, like that. That's not bad. That curve's a little rough. What is that, 46? Yeah, let's scooch that in just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. We might hit the corner of that building. That one's a little rough. What is that? Is that... $20, 27? 28. 28. 28 needs to move in. There, that's better. This one, if we move this one out, just like right there, I think it'll be all right. What is that? That's like 24. Oop, 21. Is it 21? 21. There we go. Same with this one. This one's what, like 19? Oh, 18? 18? 18. Scooch that one in a bit. Much better. Same with this one. That's what, 16? Scooch that in a bit. Much better. Okay. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Okay, so then all we have left to do now is just follow her. So, what are we doing on? How are we doing on chat? If you were sent back in time to ancient Greece, what god, demigod would you primarily worship? I guess it depends on the time period of when we're talking ancient Greece. Bronze Age, I think Poseidon's a good bet because that seems to be the god that they worshipped. Not Zeus, believe it or not. Zeus is there, but Poseidon has way more references than Zeus does. I think Poseidon was actually the one in charge back then. And then in classical period, probably Athena and Apollo probably would be the ones to go with. Those are pretty safe bets. How many walking NPCs am I up to now? Oh god, I don't know. We got 3 there, 2 there, so that's 5, 7, 9, 10. So we're up to 10. So let's go ahead and follow her and see what it looks like. Once it loads. And again, this is where we find out if I missed a setting or something, because she'll fall over if it's not tuned just right. Dang, girl. Oh, look at that. A little bit of skin coming through the shirt. Okay, so I'm going to need to fix the... Oh my god, I keep hopping into the wall. There we go. I need to fix the model there because the skin is clipping through her dress. There we go. Looking good so far. You would worship Cerberus. That's a bad choice, my friend, back then. Nobody worshipped any of the death deities. That was a big no-no. That was inviting death is what that was. Autosave, yeah, autosave is going on, so we're good there. But I will just quickly hit save. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, let's see how this looks. That could be better. That whole transition could be better. Okay, so far this is looking good. How are we doing? Hasn't run into anything yet. So that's good. No one's run into anything yet that is, like, overt. Also, boat. See a cool little boat there? That is actually a historical model of the boat that was found on Mitrou. Or the remains of the boat that was found on Mitrou. It was actually just completed this year, that construction. So that boat there's only been one publication on it, on that reconstruction, or at least it just went public about a month or two ago. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so far so good. Not bad, not bad. So far I'm pretty happy with this. Okay. Not bad, not bad. That whole transition there could use some work. That was not that great. That wasn't a bad transition. You can see where the down here at the bottom, that's the player view right now because I don't have the headset on, so it just sort of puts you in the ground. You just caught the feet of someone walking by. That's pretty funny. Okay, so this is good. You can also see the little microphone, or not microphone, speaker symbols. Those are all the audio sources that are either hidden or live. Hey, you know what? I think I'm getting better at this. That was actually pretty good. So there we go. That was actually pretty good. So far, so good. Let's go down here. And we're gonna basically walk along through Mitrou. We're gonna hit play and we're gonna walk through Mitrou. Oh, player controller. Okay. And see how this looks. So let's hit play, and then we're gonna call it for this live stream, because I want to do some more work, and I want to sort of really concentrate on this, but also I need to do some editing for some videos coming up. I do have videos planned all the way through, or finished pretty much all the way through almost the end of January. So I'm doing pretty good for myself right now, which I'm going to need because I'm going to be teaching a lot more this year. So moving through, what do we got here? We got a goat, goat and a pen. These two guys talking, which I need to replace their models. Definitely need to replace their models. Also, this guy here is not very modest, but he also has no mesh. So, oh, hello, good sir. A little garden here. Another little garden over here. I do want to put some people sort of lounging around and kind of talking and stuff. Big animal pen. Oh, the sky. Yeah, the sky. That's a pre-made skybox for me. I saw it and I was like, oh, that is perfect. Because that's totally what it looked like out in Greece, was like that. Oh, see someone walking over there. More gardens. I should have somebody, like a couple of people in here tending to these. Yeah, looking good. Hey, what are you two talking about? Alright. The pig? Big pig. I need to double check their actual sizes. Oh, I need to actually email the lady that I emailed a while back. She was supposed to get back to me, but she was super busy and said, "Oh, if I don't get back to you in like a week, email me again and I'll look into it." And that was like a month and a half ago. All right, so far so good. Yeah, there definitely needs to be more people. So I'm definitely going to add more people to the racetracks, walking around. Okay, so far so good. I also haven't added any elites to this place yet. They're going to have their own racetracks, and slaves as well. Slaves are going to have their own racetracks, but they're going to have to be carrying stuff. Oh, I need to adjust that kid's speed. Who is that? Nope. Let me click on you. There we go. Who is that? That is Racetrack 3 Man 1. Okay. Yeah, Racetrack 3 Man 1 is it's like cooking with gas. Of course, I could always modulate their speeds as well so that they all walk at different speeds, which I probably will do, so they all look a little different. Okay, more and more. There's another boat. Yeah, super cool boat. The way that they made this, they would take a log and they would hollow out the inside of the log, so kind of like a dugout canoe. But they would make the sides really thin, and then they would heat it up like over a fire, you know, so that the water inside the wood would steam and make it pliable, and then they'd spread it. They'd spread the boat open to make it wider than the actual tree. So lots of really cool stuff there. Animals, how we doing? All of you are animated? Yes, you're all animated. I should probably give them little racetracks too. That'd be kind of cool. How we doing out here? Okay, we're doing good. The shallows are looking good. Got some boats. Let's go ahead and head up to the elite side. Oh, there's this darker colored section of roadway. I am actually designating areas that are the known stuff. So this is actually a known section of this road. The rest is all hypothetical. And then as you come up here, this whole chunk right here is a known section of road. And actually, it goes even farther. It actually goes like out to here, because we have some of this doorway too. So it's like right out to here. So I need to adjust that. This whole building is also known as well. So here is the elite section. I got the horses hanging out. I need to put some chariots in there. I need to find someone who can make me some chariots, some historically accurate chariots, because I don't think I can sculpt it. There is the built chamber tomb. You can currently enter the built chamber tomb, but there's nothing in here. It's empty. It's totally empty. So I need to block off this area because this is going to be an explorable area later on. Oh, hello, good sir. Hanging out with your boar's tusk helmet and your greaves. Ooh, and your very shiny spear. This is the D complex. So we have this, which is affectionately known, or I'm calling it the kitchen. I'm affectionately calling it the kitchen because that's probably what it actually was. Because we have a couple hearths in there. There's the garden. I could have a couple people tending that. Workshop, slaves' quarters. These are all hypothetical. Another guard. All right, let's go check out this side. Looking pretty good. I need to put a bunch of people hanging out in here. I'm also going to put some elites walking around. I might even take some of these curtains out and put some elites walking around up in the windows. That would be kind of cool. Walking along through here. Hello, lady. Yeah. After I get the other racetrack in here in this section of the town, I'll start adding more NPCs. My plan is to basically overload this place with NPCs until it starts running like garbage, and then tone it back. So yeah, so here's some more of the boat. Oh, somebody walking along the trail that way. And then I've got this cool ass boat. This is an Uluburun type ship. Oh, I need to replace all of these guys up here because they're all the old models. The old bald-headed models. Once I replace them... you, sir, are turned the wrong way. You are clipping... Okay, well. There we are. And then let's go up here to the... Now, this section right here, it gets really choppy for some reason. Oh, not anymore. Okay, good. I must have fixed it. We got cows. Cows would have been owned by elites only. Cows are expensive. Got another garden here. Big garden. Tended to by this person. You got the tumuli up here. Got the elite buildings here, which are empty for right now. But these are actually known excavation spots. You got your guards up on the roof. Whoop, clipping through the ground. All right. So there you have it. There is Mitrou with people walking around. So, I hope you enjoyed coming on this little thing with me here, this little expedition. Let's see here. What do we got in the chat? What would archaeologists think of the Statue of Liberty, assuming they have no knowledge of any modern languages or any digital data? It's funny you should mention that. We actually had an assignment in my undergrad where it was like that. It was pick a place and then assume you don't know what it is, and you're an archaeologist and you can't read the language. Well, you know, what would you think it is? Statue of Liberty, to be honest with you, would probably be gone by the time archaeologists got to it, because the Statue of Liberty is built of copper or bronze or something like that. And if the world were to take a shit, Statue of Liberty would be completely disassembled and used for weapons. I don't know. you do modulate their walk speeds, this would be the first game I've ever seen where NPCs don't all walk the same speed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I might. Well, yeah, I will probably end up modulating their walk speeds because after a while, if you have them all walking at the same speed, you're going to notice that everyone's sort of just like sauntering along, and so we'll probably change that. Anyways, yeah, that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. You can't see it because I currently have my outro screen, which is me at Philmont when I worked there. Back when I had facial hair. I might still grow that out. Who knows? Anyways, that's it. So let me go ahead and get the awkward sort of turning off of the stream thing out of the way. I'm going to mute the microphone, and I'll see you. Oh, video coming out tomorrow. Oh. What's this? Ah, you just missed it. Here, hold on. Wait, let me turn this back on. So the kid who's walking real fast, that one, he just ran into her. Like literally ran into the back of her. So yeah, we need to modulate his speed down. He's just like clipping at a really fast pace. Anyways, that's it. All right, I will see you guys next time.